grades for the day, teacher?
2 A's and a B.
Okay, I'll keep working on it.
I think she found a couple of cool spots. Well, we don't want to brag. Yeah, we do. Kirk wants to brag. He beat some pretty heavy competition today.
More ice cream. What was that? It's some kind of California golden bear.
Tallest Ice Cream Sunday Award. Let's present it over here. Can you hold on to it, okay?
Yeah, thank you.
There we go. You can hold on.
Winner! Ladies and gentlemen, the tallest. Thank you, Hardin. What a job! It's a winner! Ah, it's a winner! Oh, so we don't have to worry about seeing any ghosts in the daytime?
No.
Not even Casper?
Well, sometimes Casper will come out.
Oh, he does?
Only a shady spot.
Pleasure to meet you, sir.
Well, there are lots of interesting people here in our cemetery, but I thought you especially would be interested in Thomas Muldrup Logan, who was Sacramento's first weatherman. So, come see us.
Thank you.
Now, you can't get in a great race without a life vest and a helmet.
Green and orange. I kind of feel like some kind of traffic sign.
Just get up the screen here.
Oh my God.
I'm not joking. Get up the screen.
Now, what should you do if somebody wants to take part next year?
Well, you know, there's California Canoe and Kayak, and also Wilderness Sports. They have paddling classes. Push back.
Help me! Help me!
Joins us live at the Kovaleski Stadium on this opening day of baseball. Hi, Kirk.
Hi, Tricia.
Are you going to hyperventilate now?
I don't know. A couple of good hits there. I don't know if you heard them. But it does, you swing hard a few times. You get that spring fever. You get the blood going.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun out here at Kovaleski Ballpark, my own field of dreams. Let's go ahead and show you first word weather. You can forget about those snowballs that we were dealing with earlier this week. It's baseball.
And Kirk Clyatt is live at the Cove this morning with a broken bat.
Already broke one this morning here. This is pro ball, so we still use the wooden bats here, but the Silverhawks were nice enough to give me a new one. We'll be talking to John Tull, the general manager, about all the excitement that's going to happen today and weather permitting for the weekend. Let's take a look at the way the weather is shaping up. But, so much fun to be out. 29 degrees doesn't seem bad here as we've got a little bit of sunshine that begins the day with. The sun is dawning over the right field sign, over the WNDU sign. Pretty neat. With a dew point of 24 degrees, a little bit of frost to greet you, but a southeasterly flow will warm us up today. Breezy, too. Now, hopefully that'll make for some long balls at the park, and the guys will be able to do what I haven't and hit one out so far. For tonight, mostly cloudy, a chance of late night showers, but not till after the fireworks show. John Tull, the Silverhawks general manager, guarantees me that, so blame him. And the winds will be southerly for tomorrow. Mostly cloudy and a chance of a few April showers. We are well below normal for the year, so that won't be too bad. Notice, Tricia, this time I waited until after the weather forecast before I started batting so I wouldn't hyperventilate.
Great.
Okay, here we go. All right, got to see if I can knock one out of here. Luke here's pitching.
Beautiful. Kirk gets all the fun this morning.
About 25 for tonight, 40 for tomorrow. And none of the ducks are in here. Let me give this to Todd Kishore, our field producer here. Come on back and let me see if we can convince the ducks that this is the place to be. The water is fine.
Oh, you're nuts.
Come on, duck.
Oh, goodness. Well, I guess Kirk is trying to coax the ducks into the pond. I don't think that's going to work, Kirk.
And Kirk Clyatt joins us again live from the Michiana Home and Garden Show for our final look at the weather.
That's right.
Kirk, there's no water in there.
I'm imagining. I'm doing visualization, Heather. I'm checking the brochure here for the Home Yard and Garden Show. I could use one of that, use one of just about everything here, just sitting in one of the fine Rudbergen spas here. They even got, can I do it with the left hand? How about that, a Frisbee with the left hand? I'm impressed here. All right, it is spring inside at the JACC, and I'm just visualizing water here in this beautiful hot tub. Outside, it's not. What we're looking for today is maybe some afternoon sunshine, but then as we head towards tomorrow, by the afternoon, it could be a rain-snow mix. And then on Sunday, as we move the system to the east of us, it looks like it'll be light snow. And as we head into the new week, not much of a warm-up. So we will have some warmer temperatures in April, but the outside conditions may be winter, but inside it's spring. I hate to get out of here of the spa, Heather.
Kirk, it looks like you're going to need a little Clorox on those socks when you're done, but...
Oh, did he show? No.
Other than that, you look real comfy, and I'm really jealous.
All right, I'll go wash my socks. I didn't want to scratch the spa, Heather.
Have a nice time, Kirk.
Okay, I will.
See you in the sauna maybe later. We'll catch you there.
All right.
All right.
Welcome back at 6 minutes after the hour and a nice 61 degrees outside.
Yes, it is a great start to the 87 yesterday. Interestingly enough, we have about the same temperature in Michiana. They do all the way down in South Florida today,
really?
West Palm Beach.
Did you figure that out as you were driving around?
That's right. Very consistent temperatures on that 900-mile drive back yesterday. So if I babble a little, that's why. But had a good time. Look here.
Okay.
Here's a photo of my daughter going crazy down there.
Yeah.
In Central Florida.
Hi, Kylie.
That's right. It's my daughter, Kylie. She's 4 years old. We had a great time down at the MGM studios. But of course, Kylie, she had a great teacher here. Let me show you here real quick. See. Look at that.
She has your tongue.
She has my... Thanks, Tricia, I think. Let's go ahead and show you the current conditions, not in Central Florida, but here in Michiana. Our temperature, a very almost Florida-like 61 degrees. Hi, Kirk Clyatt with you on the Sunburst Marathon. A great day for running. Here's first word weather. Take a look. Great for a run. Lots of sun. Have fun. Rain on the way. Maybe. I'll tell you when and why coming up in just a few minutes, but even with temperatures still fairly cool this morning, Jack, I gotta cool off. That feels much better. It really does. See you in a few minutes. Okay, Kirk, good luck.
How many feet across? Is it 65 by 75 high?
As with any flight, there's lots of pre-flight preparation.
Okay. Why don't you guys jump in first?
Yeah, long legs.
Okay.
Bye! You're up high fast.
The world looks a little different from over 1,000 feet high. This is beautiful.
Beautiful day.
Oh, this is stunning.
Could you see it? Yep. Yeah, I can see it just barely. Yeah, the Chicago skyline.
While we were flying, a crew on the ground kept an eye on where the wind was taking us. And even the landing was a smooth one in a field somewhere in Elkhart County.
Yeah, man. Wow, that wasn't bad.
How many test drives end with a bottle of champagne? For Saturday morning test drive, congratulations again. I'm Kirk Clyatt. Partly sunny and warm tomorrow with a high of 86. So I better get going here. Look at this. Running's a great thing because you get to see people that are twice your age just cruise right on past you. I better get cruising here. Jack, and I'll talk to you again coming up in just a few minutes. Have a great day. Okay, Kirk, thank you.
Well, it's the back of the pack runners that really experience the frustration of running the marathon.
That's right.
We have to be out here in the heat for 5 hours.
That's right.
The fast guys,
they're done.
They get it over with. They don't experience the
joy.
The joy.
That's right. The
fun of talking.
Yeah, that's right. Let's go ahead and show you the 5-day. It is a joyous weather day. Yeah. 82 degrees today. It's warming up.
Yeah. What else could you do on a Saturday morning?
That's right. What else?
Go out and kill
86
yourself.
tomorrow, but look, rain is on the way to cool us off by next week. So
we're playing golf, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So we'll keep running, and I'll talk to you later, Jack. Wish me luck, and make sure I got some oxygen for me, okay? See ya. Good job.
I say, hey, anybody can run.
Photographer Tom Cunningham just couldn't keep up.
Tucker yourself out. I was working as a disc jockey on a pirate radio ship in the North Sea.
The production staff and some of the news folks will crack open a bottle at midnight and kind of toast the new year together.
And after bobbing around, being out at sea for 2 months, the greatest thing in the world was to take a hot bath on New Year's Eve. The winter that my daughter was born, she was just a month old. I was living down on the Gulf Coast in Florida, and an amazing thing happened. It snowed, the first time in the 20th century.
Well, tropical storms and a typhoon. Kirk Clyatt has been busy today. He joins us now with the details.
Well, Joe, you're right. Chances are a lot of folks have heard about Tropical Storm Brent affecting the Netherlands, Antilles, and Venezuela off the coast of South America. But on a global view, see a few more clouds in the Pacific. That is the world's biggest storm at this time. It's Typhoon Robin, and it is tracking in a north-northwesterly direction. It's going to kick up the winds and the seas quite a bit for Okinawa, and then it looks like eventually for southern Japan, and that's something they really don't need. Some areas of southern Japan have had well over a foot of rain. This is a powerful storm with sustained winds of 105 knots and gusts to 130 knots. Then on its heels, we're forecasting it over the next 24 hours to become a minimal typhoon, will be Stephen, and that's moving into the Philippine Sea. So some very active weather in the Pacific, not very active in Europe. Things are looking pretty nice. High pressure dominates from the southern Mediterranean all the way through Eastern Europe. A frontal boundary moving into portions of Russia, maybe a couple of showers back for the eastern sections of the Ukraine, and the weather becoming unsettled for the British Isles and portions of Scandinavia. And yes, you have heard of Brett, but notice how much smaller Brett is in concentration and size compared to Robin out in the Pacific. This is just a tropical storm. Here are the latest coordinates we have for you. 11 north, 66 west. It's 150 miles east-southeast of Bonaire in the Netherlands Antilles. And that, of course, includes the ABC Islands off the coast of Venezuela, Aruba, and Curacao, too, off the coast. So it looks like it'll be a stormy situation. No real severe damage expected because winds are just 50 miles an hour. But seas, tides will be about 2 to 4 feet above normal, and 2 to 4 inches of rain can be expected. Off the coast of the United States, things are improving. That frontal boundary is pushing on through. It should be a much nicer Sunday than it was Saturday for places like New York City. You still got a few scattered showers in the area. Frontal boundary is just hung up here in the southeast, but fortunately the day went without any real severe weather, just a good bit of rain. Many areas, including Montgomery, Alabama, and Atlanta, picked up about 1.5 inches of rain. High pressure to the south. It was hot in Tampa, 97 today. And then to the west, we've got a lot of subtropical moisture moving on up. Warm winds bring some big thunderstorms, strong winds in the upper levels of the atmosphere, southerly winds at the surface, and some big storms tonight. Even up in Alberta and Saskatchewan, some possible tornadoes reported, a possible tornado near Saskatoon, and some big thunderstorms. Many areas of Alberta and Saskatchewan have had severe thunderstorm watches in effect and warnings. Here gives you an idea of some of the storms. Tucson today, 1 inch of rain in a half an hour. We'll take a further look at the way the rest of the weekend shapes up and on into the new week when World News continues.
9 a.m. Eastern, Monday.
Well, if you checked your almanac, you might have noticed that today is the halfway point of summer. Well, for the southeast, with all that rain, it didn't feel like summer. A couple of cities, Shreveport, Louisiana, and Monroe, Louisiana, both had record low high temperatures, just 77 and 78 degrees respectively. Just 76 for a high in Chicago, but it was a nice day. You dropped down to 67. Warmer temperatures are on the way up. We've got that southerly flow, the 90s, all the way up into South Dakota. A warm frontal boundary will start to bring rain into the upper Midwest, but it'll move fairly rapidly as we head on into the new week. Should be a nice, as mentioned, very nice way to end the weekend in the New England and mid-Atlantic states. And the rain starts to move into Wisconsin and the upper peninsula of Michigan and the Arrowhead of Minnesota. And the monsoonal flow will continue with some thunderstorms into the southwestern portion of the nation. Nice in Anchorage, 77, the forecast high for tomorrow. That's approaching a record high. Now here's some more selected forecasts for cities throughout North America for Sunday. Hawaii, a pretty good place to spend Sunday. If you're there, hope you have a chance to enjoy it. World News continues with Gene in Washington.
Thanks, Kirk.
All right, I finished riding Snow White's ride. I love that one. Now I got to let you know about the weather. Here in Southern California, we have got some high clouds hanging around. What about Northern California? Is rain moving in for the new week? I'll let you know tonight at 10 live from Disneyland. Join me. Now, no matter what you do for a living, every once in a while things can get a little Mickey Mouse. And we've got the real Mickey Mouse here tonight from Disneyland. Can you believe this? I'll explain what he's doing hanging around Sacramento. We may even figure out a way to get in the weekend forecast, too.
Kirk Clyatt has spent the past few days at Disneyland, and he joins us now with a look at the wildest new ride anyone's ever seen.
So true, and I'm still trying to get the hang of this whip here to go. I'll keep working on it. You know, you like snakes? Sharon, I know you're a fan of snakes, right? Well, maybe not.
Maybe not.
Maybe not. But over 2,000 of them in there. And wait till you see this. Wait till you see the size. 1,000 skulls. A ride. Frankly, you just can't top it. It is the world's best ride. We'll take you in there in a second. But you know, of course, along with all the great attractions, Forbidden Eye here in Disneyland, one of the great things about coming to Disneyland is running into a lot of folks from near Sacramento.
The characters in the rides and the roller coasters.
What's your favorite ride?
Space Mountain.
You think you're going to come back to see Indiana Jones?
Yeah.
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 All right, what about you? What's your favorite thing?
I'd have to say the...
Of course, it's always fun smoozing with friends from Northern California to explore the Temple of the Forbidden Eye.
I'm just basically here to check out what kind of movie memorabilia I should take with me to the planet Hollywood.
Until this Indiana Jones could be so exciting.
Where are we going next?
I asked director George Lucas if he's got any plans to top this adventure.
If there wasn't a challenge there, most of these guys in the front row and myself wouldn't be here. I mean, that's what we do. That's how we have our fun, is to say, okay, where's the higher mountain?
Amazing. It's just amazing. I love it. It's so much fun. It's like Star Tours and Space Mountain combined. I mean, it's great.
The wobbly knees and my heart's beating, and I'm an old man, so I loved it.
All right, we're getting set to venture in mere seconds into the temple. Here we go. You're coming with me. Don't look into the eye, but you know I've got to look. The lightning! I shouldn't have looked! Fireballs! And snakes! And snakes! Serpents! Careful. Uh-oh! Look at these guys! They look like I've had a bad day.
Next time, you're on your own.
Thanks, Cindy.
When you think of Marine World, sights like this come to mind. However, all of a sudden, Australia has gotten a lot closer to California. Well, kind of. It's the new walkabout at Marine World, where who knows, you may even get to help parent a baby wallaby.
Me and my new friend here, I always wanted to have an infant again.
Yes, baby. The emus can be very friendly. At least I think they're trying to be friendly.
Our emus have been hand-raised. They were born here, and we have deliberately selected the two that are on the exhibit for how mellow they are.
97 today, the warmest day of the year.
In fact, it's going to be so hot, I'm not going to let you go to work tomorrow.
You're not, but what about things like paying bills, Kylie? I gotta come in.
Forget about paying, this concentrate on playing.
Oh. Maybe I can get away with it. We'll see if we can get away with some hot temperatures in the weekend forecast up next. Maybe I can. Who knows?
Bye-bye.
Wow, this is exciting. You know, I have been really fighting for my safety out here. This has been pretty dangerous. This palace guard is still after me here at the London Ice Show. I'll let you know if I make it back. Well, you'll find out with the forecast coming up next, live from the ice. Here we are in the corporate offices of the brand new WB, and look at this. Look at this. Still got room for expansion. Let's see. I can put my secretary's office there. Let's see. Where can my office be? Hey, look at this. Michigan Avenue. We got it right here. And let's. Oh, somebody's already got that. Oh, we already have the computers all getting all warmed up. Look at this. The WB television network. So I guess somebody's in here trying to program all of this stuff. So, oh, wonder if that's for me. Probably not. Let's. Oh, look at this. This could be my office here. And it's not my office? Don't call security. Okay, I'm going. This is so exciting. Now, Michigan Jake, where did you say to go to the set of Unhappily Ever After? Is it this way? That's my ex-wife's favorite show. Did you know that? That's wild.
So you're the wacky weatherman for Sacramento, is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, kind of.
Really?
Kind of. But we actually do the real weather because it's been like snow up to
In Sacramento?
Well, not into the hills, in the foothills in the mountains.
I really don't think this is legit.
It is real. Now, wait a minute. You are.
How did this wingnut get on the set?
You're kind of my alter ego.
Don't get too deep with this. I'm just talking money. I don't think anything about this is proper.
It, you know.
Okay,
I want to know how my apartment got here in Hollywood.
Yeah, okay, I do believe you, actually. This does look like a weatherman's apartment.
It does. Even the dirt on the stove. I mean, that is unbelievable. How in the world do you get a show where you have no makeup, no costume, no deal. It's just your natural attire here.
Yeah, I'm not even quite sure what I play.
What do you play?
I play a talking rabbit.
A talking rabbit?
Yeah, well, I'm not, you don't actually see me. I'm not running around in a suit or anything. But I am a method actor, so I've been eating a lot of carrots, and I'm starting to crap little tiny berries.
Oh, my
They're about this big.
You want me to show you movie magic?
Yeah, go ahead. Show me movie magic with the baseball bat. Here we go. Movie magic.
It's a bat.
It's a battle. It's a bat. Oh, my gosh.
Still standing.
Unbelievable. All right, let's check
Let me do that.
Okay. All right, we're going to do an investigative report here.
Investigative report.
Let's check this out.
Go ahead.
It's a fake.
Oh, that hurt me. What is it? What's the deal here, Justin?
It's just rubber.
Oh.
You can bend it.
Oh.
See?
But it's a prop. You might not want to bend it.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
We might need it for a future episode.
You think, has it been on camera yet?
This is actually used to abuse Mr. Floppy in the pilot.
I get to abuse. You gave away.
You get to abuse him?
Yeah.
And the ASPCA didn't call. Good. Okay.
I get to pick him up and
hit him.
How far did he go?
20 feet.
Wow.
He's running from though.
It was a home run. He hit him into the...
We, of course, hope the show is a home run. It's amazing, these props.
Yeah.
Want me to try that out with you, John?
Listen, I was going to ask you something. Can you try that on yourself right here, right now?
Let me see. Let me just see.
It.
Oh, wait a minute. This isn't the prop bat. Oh. Sorry. Sorry about that.
You just knocked out the floor director over there.
It's got workman's comp. It'll be okay. Well, you never know, John and Sharon, what's going to come out of the fog on a misty night. Oh, my gosh. You know, I think in a fight, he's going to win. I'll let you know what kind of weather forces are battling and where in the world did we get camels from? Coming up next as the 10 o'clock news hour continues. Milagro, be good to me. We got a little bit of a carrot. Milagro, look, baby. Can you see? Come and get it. Come and get it. Come on. You want a little carrot? There you go. Come on. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You know, I think camels have gotten a bad rap. Would you like a Zinfandel? A Coke? No? How about just a tip? Could I get you a T-shirt? Could I get you anything else you'd like? How about some sunny weather? Could I get you some sunny weather?
Give him a tip, he'll go away.
I'll go away? All right, let's have the catch. Okay, I'll see.
How'd you like that guy waiting on you?
When you look around the neighborhood, you may not think, this is where you find some of America's finest dancers? But you know what? Looks can be deceiving.
New Style Dance Center is the home to Fly Style Dance Force, the national champions of funk dance.
We competed in Venice, California for ESPN2. It's called the National Funk Championship. It's held every year. We went down representing Sacramento. We got lucky. We got first place, got a perfect score. We have two different groups right now. One is called the Touch of Style, which is a kids group, a small kids. Then I have Fly Style Dance Force, which is the adults, ranging from ages 13 to infinity. It's pretty demanding, but it's fun, and you learn a lot, and you take things with you when you leave me. So we kind of prepare you for life as well, not only dance. Yeah.
You look at yourself as kind of like a basketball coach or a football coach would be, and these are your team members here?
You know what? It really is. Most people think that dance is not a sport, but it really is because it takes a lot of discipline, dedication. It takes all the things that basketball and football, those kind of sports require. It requires your time, your energy, and your commitment. So, yeah, they are my team players.
What's the most exciting thing for you about being in the dance troupe?
Performing. I really like performing a lot.
So you guys want to perform more often?
Actually, we do a lot, but yeah.
Do you, when you guys finish your performance, do you feel sometimes like it was a big victory, like you were right on, or sometimes do you feel like, yeah, well, we missed that a little bit?
A lot of times it's a big victory.
Kirk, we want you to dance.
What are your long-term goals with dance? You put a lot of time and effort into it, so where do you think that's going to take you?
I'm not sure. Hopefully, maybe to be in a video or just continue dancing with these guys because they're all my friends. And
Well, at least to get you on TV.
yeah, hey, Channel 31, definitely.
You've seen me out there try to dance. Is there any hope for me? Can you offer remedial classes?
Usually, I can help anyone do anything, but I've seen you dance, Kirk, and I'm afraid we have nothing for you. Sorry.
You notice this legislative session, there's some changes on the floor of the California State Senate. The Senate has gotten on the information superhighway. With much of the information that was previously printed, now just a keystroke away, you should see fewer of these cluttering the legislator's desk. But getting on the superhighway brings some new challenges.
And I need about a 10 or a 12-year-old boy or girl to help me out on how to handle one of these things.
I'm sure you can get a few good volunteers.
Well, the kids can know how to do this, and they know it instantly. The more mature we are, the less capable we are of fooling around with this darn computer.
In addition to hopefully making it easier for the legislators to get their job done, you're now able to keep track of what's going on at the Capitol from your home or office.
My effort is to maximize the communication between myself as a senator and my community, my senatorial district.
You can even get complete biographical information on yourself or other members of the legislature?
Yeah, I would think so. I would think so. But there's so many ways of doing these various things, and we want every means of communication that is available so that people know. Because there's difference between what people are imagining is happening and what is actually occurring. They can see what the vote was in the committee. They can see what the vote was on the floor. They can know exactly what their representatives are doing.
So the voting record is also included
It's all going to be available.
Now, can they find out what you're having for lunch on any given day?
No, that's secret information. That's privileged information.
When you first got started in public service, did you ever imagine anything like this coming along?
When I started in public service, that was so long ago, we were using quill pens.
Were you really?
And dipping them in inkwells.
So they have indeed come a long way at the Capitol and hopefully save a few trees, too. Now,
How do you do it? How do you connect?
The best way to do it is just pick up one of these little brochures that are available from your legislator. Just give them a call at the Capitol and they'll send it to you. And inside, you'll find all the information you need to get biographical information or keep track of a certain bill. It's a great news service here. I brought you one for each of you.
Great.
Here,
you know, you can even reach the president on email, too.
Really?
You can.
Yeah.
You have a laptop, don't you? And you like it.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't check my email today because there could have been a few complaints about the weather.
How about Del Paso Boulevard? Where else in the world can you find a radar unit for sale in a store and then just down the street? I don't know. What do you think? Is it really me? I love you, you love me. Lots of interesting places to shop. In fact, this looks like it could be kind of a provocative establishment. Before we take you in, I better check the book and see what the regulations are in here. We've got rules for everything from the government. Unfortunately, rules are we can't take you in. You'll just have to use your imagination.
They make good food here.
Better burgers at a better price.
All right, now what do you do to work off some of those calories? Just the place.
Got way too much down here, not nearly enough up here. What can you do to help me?
Well, first of all, you must make a commitment and exercise about 3 times a week with the weights.
3 times a week?
About 30 minutes to an hour.
Right.
And about 5 days a week, you need to do some type of aerobic movement, cycling, slow jogging, some aerobic movement of your choice.
You know, one thing that's nice, after working up a sweat here at the gym, it's easy just to go right next door and cool off. Boy, I've got a lot of work to do. Let me go show you what I mean.
Well, right now they're all practicing and training for the next upcoming competition. They're doing what they call the compulsory figures portion, which...
it's the hard work part without the glamour part, is that it?
It's the boring part. It's the part where they used to call it school figures.
You know, these kids, they promised they'd be nice and wouldn't laugh at me.
Del Paso Boulevard has come a long way, but there's still much more that can be done.
What do you think? Do I fit into the crowd? Who knows? Maybe one day these people will be real again.
Pig ball practice. A great time to find out just how tough are the Sacramento cops.
There you go. You're ready.
All right. Run up! I think these guys are going to think that I'm that uncooperative motorist that they have to deal with on a day in and day out basis.
All the players are members of law enforcement, except for one.
We're one of the sponsors of the event, and they asked if there was anybody at the radio station that was interested in throwing on a helmet and hitting, and I'm the littlest guy there, so I said, yeah. Sure. Count me in. Thank you for letting me hit you. I appreciate it.
Hey, no problem. You know, I figured it was safe with a bunch of cops around.
They strap on real tight Saturday, especially Saturday. It's all game face stuff, and these guys take this very seriously because they know the sheriff's deputies come out to play.
I forgot.
Only 3 plays. I think I'll just watch from the sidelines. It's no wonder these guys have won 5 in a row.
Can you believe it? For a few days, we won't get to enjoy beautiful weather like this. I'll show you why with your complete weekend forecast.
For this Friday, August 4th, 1995.
She looks good, huh?
Yeah, she sure does. You know, the Queen Mum and Sacramento had something in common today.
What was that?
Both 95.
Oh,
95.
good for you.
I want no complaints from John.
No.
Because it was
Thanks.
actually hotter in New York City today than it was in Sacramento. Can you believe that?
I'll bet you it was more humid in New York
You
City
bet.
than
It's
it was in
miserable.
Sacramento
You don't want to
today.
be there.
Right,
You
Sharon?
know, some places, like for instance Baltimore, they have had high temperatures of 90 now for 23 straight days in a row, and that's with the humidity thrown in. So even with our heat, it hadn't been that bad. And you know what? It's going to get better for the weekend. All the details are next.
Is going to hit the rest of us at the grocery store. Kirk Clyatt here. For us, though, no complaints. It's just
Really,
right for this
especially
weekend.
when you consider what the folks in other parts of the
Yeah.
country are going through, really in pretty good shape. The other parts of the country, it's a whole nother story. Now, you know there's got to be lots of interesting weather when the start of the National Prognostic Package this evening starts with the 2 words, no kidding, right here, major dilemma. Now, the major dilemma is where what's left of Aaron will end up. Today, as the storm moved up through Mississippi, some towns had rainfall rates of close to an inch an hour. Needless to say, many areas tonight have flash flood watches in place. The system is now hanging around Memphis, is continuing to move in a generally northerly direction. Here you get an idea of where some of the heavier rain bands are, moving up right through the southern portions of Illinois, PAH, that's Paducah, Kentucky, EVV, Evansville, Indiana. Some of those, looking at some of the forecast projections for southern Indiana, some are going with as much as 5 inches of more rain tomorrow for southern Indiana. But the forecast models, mathematical projections of where storm systems may go, one of them takes the storm almost due north up into Minnesota, and then a couple others take them right along a front that is stalled out, and a lot of folks would like to see the front push down further towards the south to bring some relief from the heat in places like New York City today, Baltimore, Richmond, Raleigh, Durham. All of those locations have had high temperatures over 90 degrees now for 3 weeks in a row. That's no big deal for us, but you got to remember, we usually have humidity levels of 25% or so. They're dealing with humidity levels of about 50-60% with those hot temperatures. One front is trying to push down from Canada, interacting with that warm, moist air. Severe thunderstorm watch tonight over portions of South Dakota. And here's just one more view. Admittedly, it's a few hours old because it's the visible satellite imagery, but I thought this was pretty impressive. One of the last times we'll show you what is now just a weak tropical depression, but weak in the terms of winds, strong in its ability to produce lots of rain. Here was the storm as it moved right up through Memphis this afternoon. Now, here in the west, what have we got? Well, it's the same song, but a different verse. However, we kind of like this one better because what we've got is a little bit more of a marine influence moving in. That means that natural air conditioning will be getting going pretty nicely for us. Winds in the Delta tomorrow could pick up 15 to even 30 knots by afternoon. Here we go. A few thunderstorms in the front range of the Rockies, but that's a long way away from us. Oh, you got to have one more tropical storm here. This is Eric out in the Pacific. A pretty powerful storm, but there's no land anywhere to be found. You want to find a little bit of land. Look at this. Tip of Baja California, the southern tip, way up there in the corner of your screen, and this system heading away from it. So Eric will be no bother at all in the eastern Pacific. Fortunately, finally, we thought it would be worse today. Air quality, marginal, and that certainly is an improvement. Remember, earlier in the week, we were up to 150, so it could deteriorate a little bit more tomorrow, the forecast has from the air quality meteorologist, but it looks like that is also on the mend, so that is some real good news, too. Hard to find many clouds, a few clouds over the Sierra, and of course, the coastal stratus, the fog hanging on. 64 degrees today in Eureka, but normal high there is 62. Warm conditions. How about Portland, Oregon? They were up to 91 today, 85 in Seattle. And look at this, Reno, 100. Sacramento, just 95. And does that Delta breeze make a difference? It sure does with the natural air conditioning. We were 13 degrees cooler than Redding today, which tied their record high, actually. Redding up to 108 degrees, Fresno up to 105, but
we can pretty much say goodbye to the 100s for a while. I don't think too many folks are complaining about that. Look at this. The breezes haven't quite made it down to Modesto. 83 degrees. Fairfield at 63. A big range tonight. Sacramento at 73. Barometric pressure hasn't changed much all week. 29.73. But look at this with the southerly winds. The humidity is up a little bit sticky tonight, but no complaints. We can handle it at 71%. Here's the way it looks as far as our forecast temperatures. Now, downtown locations in the 60s, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a few more 50s than indicated there. Look at this, portions of the Midwest. They're going to be soggy this weekend. That is a place you don't want to be at all. And then hot conditions still continue for many sections along the eastern seaboard. Nice to see the 90s replace the hundreds, so we can handle that. Here we go. Here's the big cause of nicer weekend weather for us. Those strong Delta breezes west to 30 knots by afternoon. Other areas throughout the state, 85 in Los Angeles. That is normal for them. And look at this here again tomorrow. Reno, warmer than Yuba City, warmer than Sacramento. Sacramento just 91 with winds in town south to southwest of 15. Nice in the foothills. Maybe you'll see a couple of clouds, and you certainly will see some fog as you head towards the coastal area. 65 for San Francisco. That's actually a degree or two below normal. And here's the way the 5-day forecast shapes up tonight. I double-checked the calendar. Okay, tomorrow is Saturday. There we go. But look at these numbers. Can you believe it? The 80s for Sunday. So that's 4 degrees below normal for a high, and maybe 1 or 2 clouds too. And by the way, in case you got any questions, comments, suggestions, a custom forecast guaranteed response. If you're on the internet, love to hear from you. Kirk Clyatt at AOL.com. And the bottom line is great weekend weather. We've got the company picnic coming up tomorrow, Sharon, and so it should be fine to see John in his Bermuda shorts. Going to be looking good, I'm sure.
I'm sure. No 100 degrees? Darn.
Oh, I know. Isn't that a disappointment?
Okay. Comments, questions, whatever to Kirk on the internet.
That's right. Kirk Clyatt at AOL.com. Easy address to remember.
All right. Thanks a lot, Kirk.
All right.
John, in your Bermuda shorts?
Is he wearing them now?
No, actually not. Well,
the proof, though, is in the shopping, and knowing Kirk, he's got a coupon for just about everything, huh?
Even on the bathroom necessities, you gotta have a coupon. In the 14 years that you've been with the store, have you seen a dramatic increase in the use of coupons?
Yes, tremendously. People are really trying to save more, economizing, watching the savings.
And it seems that your store does certain things to really encourage the use of coupons.
Yes, they are. We have a coupon book that we put out every month, and you save between $200 and $300 a month.
Now, are those real savings?
They're real savings, yes, directly to the consumer.
My goal to save 25% today. Do you think I can do it?
Absolutely.
You have confidence in my ability?
Yes, I do, yes.
All right, well, I'm off to shop.
Okay, well, good luck.
You can't ever buy a box of cereal without coupons. All right, we begin with the one on top is the Wheaties coupon. So let's head on down and see if we can find where. I don't know. I don't know where that is. We couldn't find Wheaties because they have a new anniversary box. Buy one, get one free. There's 30 cents off crescent roll. Pretty exciting. But here what we can do is we can double up because we got a store coupon. We need liquid 64 ounce. And we have a manufacturer's coupon too. I love this. The before coupon total is, ladies and gentlemen, and it's going to break my bank without coupons. So the final, here we are, what is it? Woo! $253.62. But now we add these coupons to it and see if we can get that total down below $200. Let's see if we can do this. Here we go. I'm almost nervous. I'm almost anxious here. The last 2 coupons. Here we go. The last coupon, and the price that I pay is almost 25%. So we saved about, what, $57 in coupons? What's the word here? Does it say? Oh, once I pay, I'll say, all right, now I have to pay. This is the unfun part.
Okay, coupons tendered $56.59.
So $56 worth of coupons. So that's worth spending an hour or so. And more coupons for next time. Jenny will even help me out to the car with the groceries. This is great.
And it was great. Not quite 25%.
Did you need all that stuff, though?
Well, you know, now I've got enough cereal to last through June here. So it's 102 coupons is what we used there.
Wow.
So 22.44% and some coupons for
You know
next
what?
time.
Two things about this. Number one, if I was the checker, I'd be very annoyed with him.
Oh, they were
and
very
second,
nice.
how would you like to stand behind him in the line waiting for all this?
You know what I do is I tell people when I start off that they may want to go to another line because they get so agitated when I'm checking out at the grocery store. But as I mentioned last night, I find it saves about $20 an hour. And believe it or not, everything I bought I will use up. Was all things I needed.
John. He is a cheapskate.
Well, you know, you can
pays
use it.
off.
It does. Look at this.
Rental car?
Car rental coupons. You take in a trip. Got Avis, got Hertz here for
Pizza?
you. Restaurants, pizza, airline coupons, hotel coupons. You can really save money just by doing a little legwork or a little work at home just with the scissors.
And
so
you know what? There are a lot of hidden cheapskates out there. They're hiding in the closet.
Yes.
They don't want their identity known.
But it's true. Everybody goes. A lot of people go for those coupons first thing on Sunday morning. Well, even if you didn't use coupons to buy your cereal today, the sunshine had to put you in a good mood. Nice weather. And I just wish we could extend it out a little bit further. If it wasn't winter, tomorrow would be a great day.
Fortunately, though, no one was seriously hurt there. Kirk Clyatt is with us right now.
Right.
Glad to see you're doing the weather because this guy was moonlighting as an ice cream scooper, but that's later.
That's
so,
later.
Yeah, so stick around
Absolutely.
for that.
You know, it's a good thing that no one was hurt. Those thunderstorms can have tremendous
Is
lift.
that where that turbulence came
Well,
from?
what happens sometimes is most of the time in the atmosphere, you'll have vertical lift or depression at only, you know, about a centimeter, couple centimeters per second. But what you can have sometimes with the thunderstorms is vertical, not horizontal, wind that blows at you, but vertical winds
And
that
they
can be
got caught in
100
it.
miles an hour straight up. So that's conceivably what could happen. We've got a disturbance off Florida that brought some areas amazing, over a foot of rain in South Florida.
That is rough stuff there.
It sure is. But here in the west, a weak low to our north is still trying to hold on, but our weather is starting to stabilize as we head towards the weekend. We were almost as warm as Seattle today. In the southeast and Florida in particular, as we talked about their weather, anything but stable. Here's the way it has been over the last couple of hours. What we've got is one little surface depression here off the east coast, one off the west coast, and some of those thunderstorms, especially on the west coast of Florida, delivered near Fort Myers, 13 inches of rain. That is unimaginable. It's like being in the shower outside. What we've got in the world else going on? Well, we've got one tropical storm that's dissipating. We've got a new hurricane in the Pacific. It's Cosme, but it doesn't look like it's going to be doing much of anything to worry about. However, when you go around the corner, some wild weather taking place. They've got, of course, the Tour de France continuing, and France is very, very hot. Rough time. You get an idea of where a front is through Scotland and Ireland. But France today, temperatures in the 90s for almost the whole country, up to 45 Celsius. In southern Spain, that's temperatures of 114 degrees in Spain. That's what you'd expect here in Death Valley. Maybe a shower, but I got a hunch most of what you're seeing in California here is virga. That's rain that doesn't make it to the ground. It is in Arizona, though, as they've got a well-entrenched monsoonal flow bringing Pacific moisture on up into the southwest. As we go up into the northwest, look at these, some pretty big thunderstorms from that little low that's been hanging on. Even had a couple of areas in central Oregon with flash flood advisories that were in effect until 9 o'clock this evening, but they have ended. What we've got here is a big area of high pressure in the Strait of Juan de Fuca. What a neat name right there in the corner here, Cape Flaherty up in Washington State, and that's kind of keeping the low at bay, but it's hanging on. Coastal fog, and for us, sunshine is going to be the rule. Our temperatures will be warming up a little bit. Today, Sacramento Executive Airport, only 87 for a high. The official high was 90, 89 in Stockton, into the 90s in Modesto, but Portland in Oregon, how about 94? Unseasonably hot for them. Another warm day. As we mentioned in Seattle, they beat us. They were up to 92. 81 in Los Angeles, well down to the south. 85 is their normal high. Not many thunderstorms reported in the Sierra, but as we showed you on radar, certainly once you get up into the Cascades, there are a few. Here's the low that's been spinning during the afternoon. The warmth of the sun and those storms just rise on up. Coastal fog is going to keep temperatures real cool. Temperatures generally, say, from the Eureka
Utica area, all the way down to the Monterey Bay. We'll probably stay in the 60s right along the coast. We've dropped down to 70 in Sacramento, into the 60s in Fairfield, but Modesto still remains the hot spot as they have been the last few nights. Barometric pressure, it's on the way up. That means our weather's going to stabilize. This is actually fairly high barometric pressure reading for this time of the year. Winds out of the southwest, so a little bit of a delta flow, but probably not as much as today. It'll kick back up a little bit on the weekend, but fairly quiet weather is most of the eastern Pacific, dominated by high pressure. Look at the Gulf of Alaska low way back here off the Aleutians, and here's Hurricane Cosme. So about the only problem with this storm, say you won the lotto tonight, don't take your new yacht here off the coast of Baja for a couple of days. Other than that, not a lot to worry about with Cosme here in the Pacific. Across the country, some big thunderstorms along the frontal boundary, but look, no watches and warnings to deal with, but some big hail was reported in portions of Kansas and Nebraska. We'll show you this in our worst weather segment coming up at the end of the newscast. Looking good, though, in California and Nevada. Temperatures falling into place for this evening. It looks like we're going to stay in the 60s again. Of course, once you get into the foothills, maybe we'll see some temperatures in the 50s across America, about what you'd expect for the middle of July. Temperatures, big change from what it was a couple of weeks ago in the Great Lakes. Look at that, the 70s. As we get closer to home here, you can find the 70s up in the Sierra, the 80s for the foothills, and probably the lower 90s for us. Not bad along the Bay Area, although you will be dealing with some fog. West winds picking up, maybe a small craft advisory needed for the Bays and Delta tomorrow, and coastal fog pretty much all the way along the state. Don't have any showers for Lake Tahoe. Looks like it'll be a good day if you're trying to get an early start on the weekend. South winds to 15 when you get further away from the Delta. 92 in Sacramento, a couple of degrees warmer in the day, maybe a 10% chance there'll be enough instability for a thunderstorm in places like Amador and Calaveras County and in San Jose. 81, just 72 in San Francisco. As far as the air quality goes, we're right where we were yesterday, 67, but with stable weather, it looks like that air quality is going to deteriorate a little bit. So with nice weather, here's the way the 5-day shapes up for you, with temperatures actually a few degrees below normal. Why not just take mass transit or maybe even walk or bike to work and spare the air? So I like it. Low stress weather. And I figure you got enough things in life to worry about, so why worry about the weather?
But if we wanted to stay cool...
We've got some great ways to do it. I did. I put my daughter to work, although I think she thought it was playing. That'll be coming up a little later.
And she found some really cool spots.
She did.
All right, thanks, Kirk.
Okay.
John.
Has Kirk Clyatt discovered the real Beetlejuice at a Coloma bed and breakfast?
Join me for a special report on the 10 o'clock news hour.
Tuesday following Beetlejuice.
In nearly 4 decades.
And
something to be proud of.
Celebration just goes on and on and on.
It certainly does.
Checking them all out here. We've got the surface analysis chart. We've got the storm probability. We've got Heather's favorite, the millibar chart.
Oh, the millibar chart.
500 and 700.
Can you buy that at Dairy Queen? Millibar.
Maybe next week.
Sounds like something you could get there.
59-cent special on millibars. Could be. Well, we'll let you know how long our very special Great Michiana weather will continue in a moment.
And after that forecast.
Just a great day to be out on the water. A couple of folks are partaking at Lake Michigan. The only problem really with today is it's Monday, 80 degrees along the shoreline in South Bend, a little warmer as we take a look at the old Drury's Brewery. And if you can say that 5 times fast, you haven't been partaking of any of the product that they used to produce. Looking good at Elkhart, too, from the Elkhart Truth Building. These are just fair weather cumulus clouds, some rising air and some birds that want to be on TV, too. It doesn't look like any rain in Michiana for today, but that could change tomorrow. Here's the way we shape up. 83 degrees. That's a warmer temperature than we had either Saturday or Sunday. Our high on Saturday was 82, just 77 yesterday. Winds out of the northwest at 7. That helps dry things out. Look at the humidity, lower than it's been for a while at 49%. The biggest storm on our planet, fortunately no comet strikes we have to worry about like they do if there were people on Jupiter, is we have Hurricane Amelia, which is a very powerful storm, 140-mile-an-hour winds, and that storm is going to track to the south of the Big Island of Hawaii. So if you've got friends out there or got some travel plans to Hawaii, you definitely want to keep an eye on that storm. It's a front we've been talking about, it seems like forever now, a week and a half or so. It's finally pushed to our south, and there it is, big up H right over us in Michiana, and that makes for some beautiful weather. The kind of cloudy, overcast, showery weather that we had over the weekend, that's what they're getting in Pennsylvania over towards the eastern seaboard. But for today, at least, Michiana is clear. However, by the time Mike Hoffman talks to you tonight at 5 and 6 o'clock, Missouri is going to start to show a little bit more activity. Here's an idea of where that front is, and if they get rain today in Atlanta, it'll be 17 days in a row that they have seen rain. This is the way it was this morning. This is actually a warm front extending down
down from a low that is up here in Saskatchewan. And watch how these showers moved right across Missouri. The system is going to pull up into Michiana for tomorrow. So tonight we'll probably see a few more clouds. Nice tomorrow morning, but by tomorrow afternoon we will have a chance of thunderstorms. High pressure now, but here again you get an idea of some of this convective or thunderstorm buildup. It's taking place from Missouri all the way up the Missouri River on into Minnesota. Temperatures pretty nice for this time of the year. 85 already down at Evansville. You want some hot weather, almost 90 in Oklahoma City for tomorrow. There's that warm front, and here's your forecast. Too nice to work, but let's see. I'm off in 11 minutes. Yay. Mostly sunny and warm with a high of 86 toward today. Your winds will be out of the west at 5 to 10. For tonight, lots of starshine, mostly clear and mild. A low of 64. Might have some heavy dew like we had this morning on your car windshield and on the grass with southwesterly winds. Tomorrow, almost hot, mostly sunny with a chance of afternoon thunderstorms, and maybe for the first time in almost 2 weeks, a high of 90 degrees. Just to remind you, it is nice and summery, and then a little bit of cool off as we head towards the weekend. No rough stuff today, just a slight chance of some big thunderstorms tomorrow. I'll take it.
Yeah, no kidding. We'll need a break.
That's right. It's great.
Thanks a lot, Kirk.
And Heather, since you were mentioning before, I'm going to give you your own 500 millibar chart. You can take home.
Thank you, but I really couldn't. Really.
You couldn't?
It wouldn't affect your dew points or something?
No, I could give you this and just use a sling psychrometer.
Well, of course you would.
Heather likes the millibars. If we could just get them chocolate covered and have them at Dairy Queen. Did you see that? 7 on the 16 Sun Watch today. Don't need to do anything about today's weather if we could just do something about the day of the week. So Monday, here it is. At least we've got the best weather of the week tomorrow. Hot with a chance of thunderstorms the rest of the week, and then back down to seasonable norms by the time we get to Friday.
I guess we need to expect it this
That's right. You can go ahead and frame it.
Thank you. Thank you, Kirk. And thank you as well. We'll see you again tomorrow.
Bye.
Here it's the middle of summer, and if the heat is starting to get to you and your kids, well, we might have some help. Kirk Clyatt enlisted the help of his daughter Kylie to find some of the places that are really cool.
Man, that thing is weird. If you get too hot looking at art, street art, I know some places to go. Wow! If it's even too hot underground, well, you can always sit on a block of ice. Look, this is the way they make the ice. Oh, now this is cool. Am I at the right age to start ice skating?
You're at a great age to start ice skating. Any age is wonderful.
Do you think I can teach my daddy how to skate?
I'll bet you can.
Now what I want you to do is, how about let's start on taking step, 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 and glide.
Step, 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 and glide. Could you hold my hands and show me?
A step, you're moving. Step, step, glide.
And glide. Oh, am I doing okay?
You're doing this fine. Put your feet together and lift one foot up into the back.
Oh, you did so much better than me.
I'm your teacher, that's why. She keeps on falling. Okay.
What were my grades for the day, teacher?
2 A's and a B.
Okay, I'll keep working on it.
I think she found a couple of cool spots.
Yeah, well, you know, tomorrow we continue our quest for cool. Included in our exploits tomorrow, we'll visit a cool cemetery.
A cool cemetery, like there's such a thing as a hot cemetery?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Your daughter is so cute with that little gap.
Well, those teeth are coming in, and then I think I'll have to use the money that she's making for doing these stories, and that'll pay for the orthodontics bills a little later on.
Yeah.
Well, you'll see that on Friday.
Union shop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right.
Last night, Kirk's daughter Kylie started on her quest for cool. Well, no matter how hot it gets, Kylie always knows a few places that are always cool.
Wow, so many flavors, I don't know which one to pick. I don't know, which one should I get, ice cream or a milkshake? I decided on a milkshake. You can always take in a cool story at the library.
Children can come join our summer reading club and receive prizes for reading books, as well as see a weekly program at their local library.
Go, 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 go. Give me back my gold. All I want's a friend. Do the dying from the heat. Here's a place to go.
Ready?
Ready. You don't see ghosts during the daytime?
No, only if it's so shady it's like night.
Oh, so we don't have to worry about seeing any ghosts in the daytime?
No.
Not even Casper?
Well, sometimes Casper will come out.
Oh, he does?
Only a shady spot. Pleasure to meet you, sir.
But we think it's a very unique cemetery. It's full of history, and I think we're able to impart some of that history to the young people through our tours. Well, there are lots of interesting people here in our cemetery, but I thought you especially would be interested in Thomas Muldrup Logan, who was Sacramento's first weatherman. So, come see us.
Thank you. If nothing else works, I guess you might as well get wet. Lots of ways to cool off. I'm Kylie Clyatt for the 10 o'clock news hour.
Now, fortunately, I've been able to dry off. And one thing I've found out from Kylie, no matter how hot it gets, it's always cool to go shopping. Now, tomorrow, we check out some of this summer's hot items, at least hot that a 5-year-old thinks it's hot. And can you believe it? Almost time for back to school.
Oh, I don't think you wanted to say that.
Well, we've got some hot looks for you.
More about that
night.
first weatherman in Sacramento. Who was that?
Well, he was a physician originally from the state of South Carolina. He moved out here when he was in his 40s, and he thought climate had a lot to do with diseases. So he started keeping detailed weather records when he arrived in 1850, and the Weather Service incorporated his records when they were established back in 1870. So quite an amazing gentleman, and they have got different little guidebooks you can go see for the Sacramento City Cemetery, physicians and politicians.
That's over on Broadway and Riverside, right?
I believe so.
Downtown Sacramento. That's the city cemetery.
Right, it's amazing, and it's cool.
I think the doctor was onto something.
I think so.
Thanks, Kirk.
All right.
When we come back here on the 10 o'clock news hour.
The last 2 nights, our junior reporter, Kylie Clyatt, has taken us to places that are really cool. Tonight, Kylie takes her dad shopping to find some of the hottest items of the summer, at least from a kid's point of view.
Excuse me, but what are the hottest selling toys right now?
For Pocahontas, let me show you. What we have is Pocahontas Barbie doll, but it came in together with John Smith and Kokum dolls.
Look at that.
Do you know who that is? Miko.
Hey, Dad, look, I got a frog in my pocket. Slimy's a good thing. Ow! What's the hottest candies this year?
Anything that is sour here. It's the hottest thing this summer.
What's the hot new look for us kids this summer?
There's lots of hot new looks, and I have a whole bunch of them in a fitting room for you to try. Let's go.
Wow, you can even get a t-shirt and a Batmobile. Well, that's it for a tough day of shopping.
You know, we had a great time, and I want to thank the Downtown Plaza for letting us so freely explore. The only problem is now I've got to take off all next week to work out the payment plans with my creditors. And I did get something out of the trip. See, it's a little frog. I think frogs are the hot things this summer.
So Kylie still has your credit card, I understand.
Yeah, it's amazing. Merchants let her sign. You know,
It's Christmas in July.
It was for her.
Well, you've met these stars, you've seen the clips, but what does the future hold for the WB? I've only got a few seconds left, so here's the deal. The first night rolls out in January. A second night is scheduled for June. Then in September, we'll have an hour of animation weekday mornings, including my personal favorite, Animaniacs. Also in September, we'll have a 2-hour block of cartoons on Saturday with some of your old favorites like Sylvester and Tweety, and some new creations from none other than Steven Spielberg.
Well, Jack, that just about does it for now. I hope we've given you at least a small taste of what you can expect to experience here on Channel 31 and the brand new WB network. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'll try to be back in time to get a couple of hors d'oeuvres. Could you save me a couple? Please?
That's all.
That's it for now. Thanks and good night.
We have the commitment.
Hello, my baby, glad that I caught you staring at the idiot box. Your love life is in a rut. You're sitting there on your nice sofa. Love can be hell, I know all too well. I'm wanted by every lass. Trust me when I say it's a pain indeed. As for the WB, just watch us and see we're better than